Hello, my name's Rebecca. I'm a single mom, an educator, and a volunteer with Swing Left Greater Boston. I'm reaching out to every American who shares my deep concern for our country's future. Every day brings more evidence that our democratic values and institutions are under attack. Injustice is burning across our country. This November, we have to win the White House, flip the Senate, and hold on to the Democratic majority in the House of Representatives. Polls show we can do that. I'm here to say we have to, because the alternative is simply untenable. I won't pretend that winning's going to be easy. We're up against an administration and a party willing to do whatever it takes to retain power. We have to fight for every single vote. But concerns about transmitting the virus may make our usual face-to-face efforts, like knocking on doors and tabling, impossible this year. The most strategic and effective tool we have to get out our vote is phone banking. That's right, phone banking. Now, before you say that's not for me, please hear me out while I explain why I'm asking you to use your voice to save our democracy. Between now and November, we have to reach out to the millions of Americans who want to cast their ballots for Democratic candidates. COVID-19, though, is going to make voting tricky this year. Many people will be voting by mail for the first time. Others will have to take special precautions to vote safely in person. We need an army of volunteers making sure everyone who wants to vote is registered, knows how to vote, and can vote safely. Now, that's always the critical work of democracy, but this year it's more important than ever, and doing it by phone is essential. Look, I know we've all been annoyed by calls coming at inconvenient times, and many of you are probably thinking, Rebecca, the idea of calling strangers makes me uncomfortable. But I'm going to ask you to reframe that idea. These days, what's uncomfortable is going to work in a hospital or grocery store, knowing you can get sick and bring the virus home because our government has failed in its response to the pandemic. What's uncomfortable is leaving your house knowing you may be harassed, assaulted, or even murdered because you're Asian American or African American, and our toxic culture puts you at risk every single day. What will be uncomfortable is waking up after the election, facing the prospect of living under an increasingly authoritarian regime. So please, consider the discomfort you might feel while phone banking the sacrifice you can make for your country right now. I promise that the automatic phone dialing systems we use make it easy to connect with voters, and it really does become more comfortable with every call you make. We know how to do this. It's working. We've already logged thousands and thousands of calls, but honestly, there aren't enough of us calling yet. We need more help. We need you to use your voice to help save our democracy. We can do this if more of us do it together. Thank you for listening. Now let's go to work.